My name is Lark Worth. I'm from Kennett Square, Pennsylvania. I graduated in 2003. I'm not quite sure. I know I was at a point in my life of a lot of frustration with the organizing I had done as a person that was very involved in the nuclear freeze campaign, and that it just hadn't been effective. And I had gotten to a point in my life of great despair and realizing that just changing people's minds weren't going to change the world, that somehow rather we needed to change our hearts. So much of what we do, I did and still do in our lives, is to respond to fear. And so I was looking for some alternative way to learn how do we change hearts, not just minds. I read a book called The Celestine Prophecy. I said, oh, energy. Oh, it must have something to do with energy. It just resonated with me. And then I read Hands of Light, and that I said, oh yes, this is exactly what I want. But then the day came that I got a brochure about a workshop, and I said, oh, I'm not sure if I really want to go. And I was reluctant to do it. I knew it was going to change my life. I knew my husband would not be supportive. My family would think I was crazy. I just knew it was going to upend my life, but I also knew I was going to go. So I waited till the last day. I signed up and went, and it did. It's changed my life profoundly. There is such deep caring, such deep loving, deep knowledge and understanding about the energy that we live in, the energy fields that we're like fish swimming in water. We don't realize that. And the work Barbara did and was able to teach so many people has just changed my life. It's changed so many people's lives in ways we can't even begin to measure yet. I do it all the time. I'm hoping that in this difficult time that we're living right now, that people will begin to realize, we really have to notice something that's deeper, something that's more pervasive than what our current language allows us to consider. And that there is a whole world out there of energy that when we learn about it, we can expand our vibration, or expand out of the negativity, the fear, and all the things that come with that, and be in those spaces of divine presence, of divine joy, of divine love, by whatever faith we may come from, but that it's there, and that we can experience it. And as we are able to experience that vibration, we can share that with others. All the time. And yet I was only I had a practice for only a couple years, and then my husband got very sick and I wasn't able to continue, and I also had some health issues. So it's been 14 years since I graduated, and I'm only just now, after my husband passed, been free to go back and start doing some of the energy work again. And it is so profound. It's like coming home again. And even through all that challenging times that I had, I still used it, even though it wasn't as with clients. It was with whoever I happened to be in, and it was like trying to stay in that energy of love and trust and openness. And people always say, "You're so calm. How do you do this?" It had something to do with being here. Loving, compassionate, and awesome. yes, and I am looking forward to doing more of that now that I'm ready to get back into the field. My dream is that Brennan healing becomes maybe not a household word, but much more common and well known. And when someone says, "Oh, you're a Brennan graduate," there's an appreciation for what that means and the depth and thoroughness in which a graduate of the school has gone through the training, the personal processing work, the understanding of the energy fields and how that impacts our lives and the lives of others. I have a dream that we all begin to raise our vibrations, as Barbara taught us to do, so that we can come up with creative responses instead of tired and worn out responses to the same situation again and again, and that we find original creative ways of being in this world. I have such deep gratitude for having been part of this school and how it has sustained me for 20 years now. And I would hope that anyone who is even slightly contemplating something like this, that they take the risk, take the step, and see what comes. You might be very, very surprised.